Guys, happy Tuesday. I've got four pretty nice cards to show you. They're all the memorabilia or back card variety. No vintage, no autographs yet. I may have something coming in soon to show that's a pretty cool item. Um, Hope everyone's been doing well. My team didn't win the Super Bowl. I'm not a Falcons fan, but I went to high school with one of the players in the Falcons, so I was pulling for them. And you know, I kind of knew like when it was halftime and they were down, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I kind of knew, right? Like how many times has he done it in the past? He every time you give that man a chance to win the game, he's gonna do it every time. Um, so it is what it is. Very excited for baseball season to start. Um, and hope you all have been doing well. Like I said, let's get into the cards, shall we? That's why you clicked on the video, right? Um, This is a pretty rare card, and I was really, really happy to grab this one. My buddy Michael led me on to it. I was working at the time, or when the card was listed, and he has one already, and he linked me and then called me two times to get my attention to grab the card. So maybe without his efforts, I wouldn't have gotten it. Um, this is from 2004 Fleer EX, Classic Connections. This is with Hack Wilson and Hank Greenberg. This card's numbered to 22, and you got your dual back card here. There's also another version, well, not another version of the card, but another version within the set that Greenberg's featured on that has Jimmy Fox and Babe Ruth. That card's numbered to 13, and that's a triple back card as well. I've seen that notably sell for over $400. But I've really only seen like one or two examples of that card. I can't remember the last time I've seen this one. And I really grabbed it for, whoa, it's sliding right. Let's check that out. What? It's slid right out of the top loader. I really grabbed it for a really, really good price. The seller was pretty upfront. There are like two very light creases on the front of the card, but it really doesn't take away from it in my eyes. I'm not looking for cards that are in perfect condition, but at least he was upfront about it, and that allowed me to get the card at what I thought was a really good price. Next two cards I want to show are two more pickups that I had from 2016 National Treasures. This now, let me see if I can find that card that I showed last time. That was this one. That was the quad. This is the quad league's best. This is the duel with Cardinal great Enos Slaughter, who in my opinion has one of the greatest last names in sports history. This card's numbered to 10. This one came up a little bit on eBay. This is probably like the second or third one that was listed, and this one came up with a buy it now or best offer option. I submitted an offer about like a little more than half of what the buy it now was, and the seller accepted it. So I was pretty happy with that price with this one. The Slaughter has a nice pinstripe in there. This is my first piece from Enos Slaughter, and I can read what the back says here for us. There were no Betsy DeVos, man, she does a lot for public education. You can tell because I'm an example of it. Anyway, I'm not trying to get political. There were no two more dangerous hitters with runners on base during the 1946 season than Slaughter and Greenberg. The St. Louis outfielder led the Bigs with 130 RBIs and won the World Series in his first year back from military service. The Detroit first baseman tallied 127 RBIs and also led the Bigs with 44 home runs. So I think this is a really nice card. I was really happy to grab this one. NT has been surprisingly expensive for me this year, especially because of the quality of the set. I think has diminished from prior years, and I think many of us can agree. But I was really happy to get this card. I really like the design of it. I think it's pretty clean. And I always like waiting for NT and products that Panini put out to feature Greenberg. So If it just takes me a little bit longer to get the cards, which it has, then I'm fine with it. This next card gave me a little bit of trouble in the past, also from NT. This is just the base bat card number 25. There's also a version number to 15 that has a different photograph on the front. This one is a photograph that Panini uses a lot, but they usually just cut it like from his waist up or like his shoulders up. Here you really can see like nearly all of his figure. He's pretty tall here. So this is the back card number 25. I probably lost on like 2 or 3 of these before I actually grabbed this one from Probstein, which I was surprised about. This card was going for upwards of like 50, 60 bucks, and for a base back card, I just can't pay that much for that kind of card. So I kind of waited, and well, I didn't really wait. I tried for those as well, but I was fortunate to get this card for a price that I was a lot more comfortable paying. So yeah, nice design as well. I think NT did a swell job designing the cards this year. I think the player subjects could still use some improvement, as like I said, we all could probably agree. This one's also a really nice pickup. This is the last card I'll show you today. This is from 2009, Topps Sterling. So I have somewhere here. I probably don't have it in this case. I have the other version of this card, which I believe has a stencil's RBIs. This has a stencil of MVP. This is numbered to 25. As we all know, Sterling is a really just awesome product. This was the second to last year they did Sterling, and I really wish they would bring it back, but I think they're sort of just running low on the game use memorabilia stuff. Sadly, it's because we haven't really seen a Hank Greenberg bat card for probably since 2010. 2010 Sterling. But alas, I mean, I can't just focus on my player. I think the game use market is changing. But I really like I love the design of this card. This is also a great shot of him. And you probably can't see it here, but the surface of the card has almost like a canvas type texture, which is really, really nice. So I really love this card. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Topps Series 1. I think Greenberg has a couple cards in Series 1. I think it's just like a cut autograph or something. They don't really put out his mainstream cards in the set anymore. So it's usually just your cut autographs that are like numbered to 1, and that's pretty much it for Topps. But yeah, I mean, well, I do want to mention this. There is, if you guys are interested in seeing it, there is a heritage auction in their current auction that features a game-used Hank Greenberg glove. And I've never seen one before. Michael and I had the privilege when we were in the National in Chicago in 2015, to see and hold a game-used hat that was actually signed by Hank. So we've seen the hats, we've seen the bats, never a jersey, and now we have evidence of a glove. So that starting bid for that glove is at $16,000. So that is more money than I have in my name. So I'll have to let that one pass probably. And I do want to ask a question, and if you care to respond, then that would be great. I'm thinking of, I want to add more content to my channel, especially because I think I talk about the cards a lot, and I like to sort of like romance them, and I go into them. And I only showed 4 cards today, really, and this video is nearly almost 10 minutes long. But I want to kind of add content to the channel. I'm thinking about doing like a top 5 like type card, like top 5 vintage, top 5 autograph, top 5 like one-of-ones or top 5 memorabilia cards, just to kind of like break it up and see like, you know, the best cards in my collection consolidated into one video. So let me know what you guys think of that, and if you have any suggestions on how I can make this stuff more interesting, maybe. I don't know. Then let me know. I'm really open to your feedback, and I'd like to hear from you because you are my loyal viewers. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I am in the process of acquiring something that is pretty cool, and there's a nice story behind it. So once I grab that, or once I get it, the seller and I have already agreed to an offer, but apparently they don't have a PayPal account, so we'll try and figure that one out. Anyway, when I grab this item, I'll be sure to make a video of it and sort of talk to you about what that is. And until next time, guys, thank you so much again for watching, and look forward to hearing your responses if you give them. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.